What is up, dudes and lady dudes? Welcome back to Just Nuts, guys. Today I have some news. We got the first cards revealed for Phantom Rage, and I knew the name of this set sounded like it was gonna be fire, and I peeped these cards last night when I woke up at like 3 a.m. to take a waz. And yeah, the beginning of this set is fire. By the way, I need to shave, but whatever. Yeah, that's what we're going over today. I knew the name was just like too heat, that it had to have cool stuff, and we see that there's some really cool stuff in here in Raidraptor and Phantom Knight support. Not just support, but actually kind of meshing them together. We'll see how that turns out, but it seems like a good start. So let's just get into it. We got a handful of cards we got to get through, so let's just jump into it. Starting off with Raider's Wing. This is a level 4 Darkwing Beast effect monster with 0 attack and 2,000 defense, as Raidraptors tend to be. Interesting here, this card is always treated as a Phantom Knights and a Raidraptor card, which is interesting. So it's searchable off of either of those potential things, which I like. You can only use the first effect with this card's name only once per turn. If this card is in your hand or graveyard, you could attach 1 Xyz material from a Dark Xyz monster you control to special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. And the second effect, an Xyz monster whose original attribute is Dark, and has this card as material gains this effect, cannot be targeted by opponent's card effects. This card is good, in my opinion. It kind of has the same thing going for it as a Time Thief Winder, which is just detach a material from an Xyz. Obviously, if you're whatever deck you're playing this in, it's going to be a dark base deck. So you could attach it from a Raidraptor Force Strix after you've already searched, because I believe it only detaches 1 material for it. Stuff like that. All you have to do is get into 1 Xyz monster, and this guy can jump on the field pretty easily. Then, if you go into another Xyz monster after that, that monster gets some pretty good protection. Targeting, if you're going to get 1 niche of protection, you don't want battle protection, you don't want card destruction protection, you want targeting protection first and foremost, because that is the myriad, the biggest encompassing, I feel little protection effect you can get as far as most removal is going to go. So we will take that. It's a 2,000 body, jumps on the field, and it's searchable off of Phantom Knights and Raidraptor stuff. So I think that's a good start, especially a way to support both of them at the same time. Cool, I'm into it. Next up, we have a straight-up Phantom Knights card. We have the Phantom Knights of Stained Greaves. Also another cool-looking card. I like its design. It's a level 3 Dark Warrior, as we know it was going to be. 1,200 attack, 600 defense. Nothing crazy, but the Phantom Knights never have crazy stats. You can use each effect among the first and second effects with this card's name only once per turn. First effect, if a Phantom Knights monster is special summoned to your field, you can special summon this card from your hand, then you can increase this card's level by 1. I really like that. I think that's nice and simple. Jumps on the field by summoning any Phantom Knight monster, just any time. Has to be special summoned though. I'll take it. And you can raise its level, so if you need to go into one of the Phantom Knight rank 4s, you could, but you don't have to if you don't want to, so I like that a lot as well. And the second effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard as cost to special summon a Phantom Knight monster from your hand, except for another copy of itself. Then again, you can increase it by by 1 level if you want. Again, pretty nice. I mean, it just pulls stuff out of the hand. One of the things that we could have said about Phantom Knights prior to this, what they've had for the longest time, is they just got power crept out. They don't spam the board enough to really keep up with a lot of common stuff. So if you play a higher count, you can end up with just Phantom Knights in your hand, and this card seems good because one, it just jumps out of the hand, and then it can also pull other Phantom Knights out of your hand to just extend even further and further, which is really solid. So I'm into that for sure. I think that's another solid card. Next up, we have Phantom Knights of Tier Scale. Interesting. He's another level 3 Dark Warrior, 600 attack, 1,600 defense, and 2 hard once per turn for his effects. First effect, you can discard this card as cost to send 1 Phantom Knights card from your deck to the graveyard, except for itself. Also, if another Phantom Knights card is banished from your graveyard, and this card is in your graveyard, special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. So I just feel this card is really good in Phantom Knights. like one, like all the like not all, but like a lot of your Phantom Knight cards have effects in Grave that just get you a hard +1 from Grave. So like the idea with this guy is like you discard him, you can discard anything. Your Silent Boots, your I believe Cloak, and they just banish themselves to just like get you any Phantom Knights. One of them gets you any card, one of them gets you any spell or trap, I think. So like it just gets you a hard +1, you get a disruption, and then because you banished, this guy would summon himself back to the field. Which is pretty good. So I know he discards, so it seems bad, but like he's gonna bring himself back essentially. He's essentially just special summoning himself from hand and also getting a dump. So he is, in my opinion, just like a straight up +1, gets himself on board, and he's gonna be a really nice card at like helping Phantom Knights work way faster than they used to and get like resources in Grave and just kind of do like the Eldritch thing. Throw your stuff in Grave, banish it, get a resource for it. Really good. I like this guy a lot. All right, next up we have Raidraptor Heel Eagle. This is a level 3 Darkwing Beast effect monster, 700 attack, 700 defense. You can only use each effect among its first and second effects once per turn. First effect, if the only monsters you control are Raidraptor monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. Jumps out of the hand pretty easily. Okay, free body. Second effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target a Raidraptor spell or trap in your grave and add it back to your hand. I think this card's fine. Like I don't know. I guess like do the Soulshave Force cards? I guess there are some I guess some of the rank up cards do count as Raidraptor cards. So I guess you could use it to like rank up, and then like add it back to your hand, and then set it again and be able to possibly rank up again on your opponent's turn if it's a quick play, right? Don't they have the quick play? I can't remember the rank up spells off the top of my head right now, but like that's possibly something. I don't even know what other Raidraptor spell or traps. Otherwise, it's just like good for the grind game. I think they have a search card, so like if it goes to grave, you just add the search card back to hand. Again, just follow up. We'll take it, right? I think this card's fine. I think it jumps out of the hand. It's not level 4, so like that's something that's definitely like could be meh. Like, you know what I mean? That all Raidraptor stuff wants to be level 4 pretty much. I don't know. I think it's fine. Alright, and then we move on to our last main deck monster, which is Raidraptor Strangle Lanius. He looks pretty dope in my opinion. This is a level 4 Darkwing Beast monster, as always. 1600 attack, 1100 defense, and both of its effects are hard once per turn. First effect, if you control a dark monster, you can special summon this card for your hand. Also, you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of the turn except for dark monsters. Second effect, if an Xyz monster you control has a material attached that was originally a dark Xyz monster, you can target one level 4 or lower Raidraptor monster in your graveyard and special summon it, but its effects are negated. I think this card is very, very good. Maybe I'm going crazy here, but like just the fact that all you need is any dark monster, you can summon this out. Yeah, it locks you into darks, but like, okay, if I'm playing this if I want to play this in something like Blackwings like half the time do complete combos by sticking completely under dark monsters anyway. Not a problem. Obviously, Raidraptors pretty much keep it almost entirely dark. Not a problem. I think it's just really good. And then also just the fact that like they like to rank up. So once you rank up, this guy essentially is just a walking like Monster Reborn. You're going to reborn like another level 4 Raidraptor, and then you're going to be able to make another rank 4. I think this card is really nice. Great extender. In my opinion, jumps on the board so easily. I'm into it. I like this guy a lot. As long as you're playing a strategy that like sticks into darks pretty well, I think this guy could be really, really good in any deck like that, just as an extender. I'm into it, for sure. Then we move to our cover card and boss monster, Rebellion Xyz Dragon. This is a rank 5 Dark Dragon XYZ effect monster with 3000 attack, 2500 defense. Its materials are 3 level 5 monsters, but we're never making him that way. You're probably making him with a rank up spell that you've searched at some point to get there, right? Yeah, you can use the second effect with this card's name only once per turn. First effect, this Xyz summon card cannot be destroyed by card effects. Keep in mind what we said earlier here. What is it? The monster that was used. Yeah, if this card is used as material to make him, he will also be untargetable. So he'll just be 3000, untargetable, indestructible. That's a good start. Second effect, you could attach one material from this card. You cannot declare attacks for the rest of the turn except to have this card attack. Also, this card gains attack equal to the combined original attack of all other monsters on the field. Then, if this card has a material attached that was originally a Dark Xyz monster, negate the effects of all other face-up monsters on the field. Okay, so that's a lot, but this card is pretty much like a one-punch card. You're trying to just get this card huge and just like, bang, you're going for game. I think it's a fine tool. I think if we see it played, it'll just be a one-of. So for when you can make the play, you make the play. You make it huge, and you just punch your opponent once for game. And that's the whole idea, right? He gains the attack of all the total of every monster on the field. You could have one or two other monsters, and then just, boom, pop over one card, and you're in there. So pretty cool. The negating of all other monsters on the field effect isn't really relevant because it's not a quick effect. If it was a quick effect, it'd be more interesting as far as like being disruption, but I still think it's fine. This card is just trying to get you a game real quick. If you can establish this win condition, you know your opponent has no more disruptions, you're just like, blah, done. I take it. I think it's fine. I think it's a good card, sure. Why not? And in worst case, like if you can make it with that other material, it's just a 3,000 beater that's untargetable and indestructible by card effect, which is just powerful in its own right. Alright, and then we're moving to our last couple of cards here. We'll start off with Rank Up Magic, Phantom Knight's Force. This is a quick play spell card. You can only activate one of this card's name per turn. During the main phase, banish any number of dark monsters from your graveyard, then target one Dark Xyz monster you control and special summon from your extra deck one Phantom Knight, Raidraptor, or Xyz Dragon, Xyz monster that is N ranks higher than that target by using the target as the material. N equals the number of monsters banished to activate this effect, and this is treated as an Xyz summon. Also transfer the materials to the new monster, and for the rest of the turn after this card resolves, you are locked into Xyz monsters. So there's a lot going on there, but pretty much the idea is as long as you have multiple Phantom Knights in Grave, you could take a rank 3 into a rank 4 or a rank 5 or even potentially a rank 6. It could be a rank 6 just because I know the Raidraptors have some rank 6s. I don't know if they even have rank 7s, but whatever. This card is really nice because a lot of the rank up cards usually say like you have to go either exactly 1 rank up or 2 rank ups. This one gives you the option of as long as you have the materials in Grave, you can go whichever one you want and can give you a lot of different versatility. Also, it's a quick play, so even the potential of dodging stuff on your opponent's turns. I don't even know all of the Xyz monsters' effects from all 3 categories, the Phantom Knights, Raidraptor, and Xyz. So if there's stuff that pops off on summon, it could be the classic like yugioh play kind of thing, where you just like summon something on your opponent, summon one of them on your opponent's turn. If they have a disruptive effect that pops off on that, that could be really good. I think this card will be really good. I think there's a lot of utility with what you can go into, and we'll take it. I think it's good. All right. Next up, we move to some traps. Okay, traps. We have Raiders Unbreakable Mind. This is a continuous trap starting us off. This card, by the way, is also treated as a Phantom Knights and a Raidraptor card. Again, we're seeing some tie-ins here, making you want to play both in the same deck. You can only use the first and second effects of this card once per turn each. If you Xyz summon a monster using a Dark Xyz monster as material, you can target one card on the field and destroy it. Okay, so that's pretty cool with like the rank up card. If you could rank up on your opponent's turn and you have this card, not only do you get the monster you summon off that, but you also get to just pop a free card. It's targeting destruction, but quick targeting destruction is pretty good removal, especially if it's a quick effect, right? Of the second effect, if this face-up card in the spell and trap zone is destroyed by a card effect, you can set 1 rank-up magic spell directly from your deck or graveyard. Now, I like that this is generic. I always like effects like this that are generic. Stuff like Cybernetic Overflow, I think, is a good example in Cyber Dragons, where you can destroy it yourself and then still get to just like get a rank up magic. If you're like, I don't really want this, I'll just destroy it myself. You have stuff like, you're going to be going through stuff like, if you're playing Phantom Knights, you'll have your Break Sword, which you got to pop a card of your own. Okay, you could just pop this and then trade it in for a rank up, then rank up your Break Sword and like just keep rolling, right? Keep moving. I'm into it. I really like that. So I think this card's okay. I don't think it's amazing because it doesn't do enough on its own, right? It either needs to be popped by another card or you have to be able to already set up an Xyz summon like separate from this card. So I think it's a little reliant on stuff, but it's searchable. Could just be a one of, you know, it's interesting. I don't know. It's cool. And then our last card here, we have Phantom Knight's Claw, the counter trap. Raidraptor Phantom Knight's Claw. So of course this is a Raidraptor card and a Phantom Knight card, which I believe makes it searchable in both archetypes. So clean. Is a counter trap. also good. You can activate only one card with this card's name per turn. When a monster effect is activated, great start. Detach one material from a Dark Xyz monster you control, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. Then, if the material you detached to activate this card was originally a Phantom Knights, Raidraptor, or Xyz Dragon card, sorry. If it's one of those three, one Raidraptor Xyz monster you control gains attack equal to the original attack of the monster destroyed by this effect. Okay, so the bonus effect is like, okay, cool. I guess it could help you like just get the kill on the next turn like super easy by just buffing whatever Raidraptor Xyz you have, making it huge. That's not really what we're aiming for here. What this is just searchable monster negate in a high spell speed, pretty much. It's a counter trap. I'm really happy Konami didn't say, let's do that thing where we make a counter trap, but like we only make it negate spell or traps. Those cards are still fine, they're still good, but like monsters effects are the premium effects you need to be negating. So I will take a one that negates monsters only over spell and traps only every day of the week. But yeah, this is good. It's searchable. I love it. All the Phantom Knights cards, like literally just now this card is so easy to get because you just banish one of the Phantom Knight cards, like add this to your hand, set it, or I think it actually sets to the field. Set it to the field. Okay, done. Got my counter trap up, and all you have to have is any Dark Xyz monster. Very nice as well. Very doable. I'm really excited. I think this is the future of these decks. I'm really excited to see where they go. I'm definitely going to be looking at building Phantom Knights post this stuff for sure. I think like Time Thieves definitely could potentially have a place in here. I mean, this is just a counter trap that all it requires is a Dark Xyz redoer, right? Some stuff like that. We'll have to see how that goes. But I think this looks pretty good. Honestly, I'm into it. I don't know if we'll get any more. This could just be it for this stuff, but I'm sure we'll see other stuff in the set as well. And I think it's a great start. I'm really excited for this set. I think this is a fire start, just like I said. All right. I know this video is a little longer, guys. Sorry I went a little bit deep into this. Sorry. I get a little rambly sometimes. I'm just excited. So, of course, as always, let me know your thoughts down below. Let me know what you think about this stuff. If you are a fan of Phantom Knights or Raidraptors, or you're excited to just combine the both of them, let me know what you think about these cards. Do you think this is a good step? Do you think this is actually going to push the deck into, like, respectable tiers? Or do you think it's, like, it's pointless? Like, this isn't going to catch this deck up to the current metagame. They're screwed. I think that has a chance. I think it could at least be a fine, solid rogue deck, which is right up my alley, so I'm not complaining. But of course, let me hear your thoughts down below, and I guess I will see you guys in the next video. I love you. Peace. Subscribe if you haven't. All that stuff. Bye.